Hi, good evening once again, students. Moving on to the last module, that is Module 5, Event Management, Subject Code 3DM1, with your professor, Mr. Don Prakash, SDMPG Center, Mangaluru. The topic here is Key Issues in Event Management. A quick summary of the previous three modules which I have taken up. Second module, I spoke about the pre-event. Fourth module, I touched upon implementation and controlling, that is the execution of the event. And the last part I discussed was the post-event, that is follow-up and evaluation. Now, we move to a module where we touch upon the key issues faced in event management industry in today's era. So let's straight away go to the roadmap. So sustainability event management is a new concept where green environment is highlighted. As you see everywhere, go green. Everyone is very conscious. Say no to plastic, save water, save electricity, don't waste food, right? So there is no difference in event management also. So that's what we're going to highlight. Kindly ignore my messages which is popping by. It's a bit late in the evening in my college. So let's continue. So lobbying and networking is another aspect which comes into play. Ethics and event management, which is very important. And finally, the careers in event management, which is very lucrative. Let's go straight to sustainability event management, which is also called green environment. SEM, that is Sustainability Event Management, is also known as event greening. Greening here is nothing but, in simple words here, in terms of event, to make sure your event does not damage the atmosphere, it does not damage the environment, does not pollute the particular thing. For example, unnecessary use of firecrackers could be a challenge, wastage of water, damage to the surroundings, cutting of trees, damaging plants, causing lot of sound pollution, for example. Events are usually having a lot of destructive things to the society. This is when given greening comes. But then at times you cannot help it. So you need to manage it. Try to be very, very careful so that you do not create as much harm as possible. You should try to limit it, if not totally limit it. So process used to produce an event with particular concern for the environment, economic as well as social issues. Right from the start to the end with all stakeholders involvement. Example, cost saving in terms of conserving energy, reducing waste, social causes, food safety, food management, health of the food, hygiene, safety of people, women, men, you name it. This is what we're calling, in a broader sense, to make sure that the event does not harm anyone, especially from the environment point of view. So lobbying and networking is the next concept. Well, the emphasis on this cannot be highlighted much here on the PowerPoint, but it's very, very, very crucial. Lobbying is also called lobby in simple words, is the act of attempting to influence decisions made by officials in the government or private parties, etc. So here, with the right contacts, you tend to get your events. If not, someone else may get it. So that's the most important aspect here. So networking is use of networks either through personal or professional touch or through third party influences. So no matter how good an event manager you are, if you may not have good lobbying and networking skills at times, you may not get that deal. Of course, we cannot be rigid on this. This is just what we have learned from our real personal life. So this is what I would like to say. Ethics again is set of beliefs each individual has. So we have studied this in across different verticals and domains, no different in as an event manager. So set of beliefs each individual has, as I told. actions acceptable to society in general. When law ends, ethics starts. For example, for ethics, it is when you know that one particular vendor is not good, but as an event manager, you know that he gives you the best profitability. But maybe a caterer, for example, you know there is a lot of issues with his food where the hygiene is a bit questionable, but because he gives you the best margins, you recommend him to the client, which is totally unethical. But then if you're a very honest event manager, you may not last. So that's what the question people tell. So it's up to you. I always honestly suggest be honest. Make sure you give good recommendations because it's not a short term process, it's a long term process. So once you do this ethically, everyone would give good word of mouth about you to the market. So that's important. Finally, the final concept we're talking about is careers in event management. Ideally, work initially with a well-known reputed event management company before even thinking of starting your own. Also, working with a new company has its own advantages. Later, can think of starting on your own if you feel like. Till then, get experience, build contacts and networking, lobbying, look for a strong team, focus on a specialization in a niche market. This is what I would definitely recommend. So best way is to try to do internships or project in an event management company, students. So since your project work is coming up, if you can find, it's amazing, but it's going to be volatile. The life of an event manager is not that easy. It looks glamorous, but it takes a lot of effort and hard work. That way you not only get an exposure but also may be absorbed by them depending on you. That is when you can, if you want to do a project in an event management company, the chance of you getting in there is there. I still remember some of our students in 2011-12 batch got an opportunity whereby we connected them to Manipal group of companies for event management, and they worked as an intern. Some 4 to 5 students were placed there, and they kept sharing their experience with, excuse me, they kept sharing their experiences and exposures with me. So that was really nice. So don't expect great pay initially. This is something which you need to understand. Learn, get experience in all aspects of it. That's the life of an event manager. So final thought, choose which one would you want to be. Students, end of our 5th module. Hope you had a good time. This is Don Sir signing off. I'll be coming with more videos and putting up on our Google Classroom. So make sure you stay tuned and learn for it. Wishing you all the very best. Enjoy.